Alright, man, take a seat, buckle up. Ordinarily we'd start with orientation of the car here, but we got calls pending and we got to get to them. So, we're rolling. We're going to have to learn on the way. Alright, today I set the car up. These are the Hatch SOG operator gloves. I used these for SWAT school and call-outs for about a year, and they worked out all right. They have some downsides and they have some upsides, so I'm going to start with the upsides of them. To start with, the purpose of these gloves is to protect the back of your hand. So I'll show you here on my left hand. It's a short glove, and it's meant so that when you're bumping around in a hallway with a rifle and a bunch of other hard gear around other people that are bumping around in a hallway with a rifle and a bunch of hard gear, and you're trying to force entry in emergency situations into doorways, you're not busting your knuckles off of things. Otherwise you end up with your knuckles all tore up. And as you can see on here, it's from about a year's worth of use. It's pretty tore up on both of them. You see the knuckles have been hit several times. They also provide a certain level of protection for the palm of your hand with double reinforced goat skin on areas of the palm. The back is padded on the fingers, and the fingertips have some leather padding, have some leather protection on them as well, and the cuffs are pretty easily adjustable to hold them on your hand. What this gives you is solid protection from impact that you need when forcing entry to doors and handling heavy equipment in a tactical environment, with a lot of ventilation because all of this is fabric on the back. So you get the leather protection on your palm where you need it, the fabric to help wick away some of the moisture, and then hard protection where you really need it so you're not tearing your knuckles up all the time. A feature that I like about these is that on both gloves there's a leather double reinforced stitching ring around the fingers, so that if you like having good control over the trigger of your pistol or your rifle, you can cut the end of the index finger off without it fraying and fraying all the way down, which is a problem on some other gloves. As you can see, it's one of the downsides is it's not double reinforced everywhere. And anytime you have a fabric area to a glove, they're prone to blowout. That's been my experience with every brand of fabric gloves, not just the Hatch ones. That's just kind of one of the trade-offs. Also, some of the stitching on the top isn't double reinforced, and some of it blows out. See a piece here that blew out where the knuckle's starting to come off. So that's a downside to it. They're kind of expensive, but they're kind of necessary, so you're stuck with it. One of the other downsides to it is that this model doesn't have any Kevlar or Dyneema or any other type of cut-resistant liner. You can get these with the cut-resistant liners, but then you're talking even more expensive. You can get them with a flash-resistant liner, which is even more expensive. It's kind of a trade-off. Do you want the extra protection for a whole lot of extra money, and also the extra thickness that comes with having those liners in it, or do you want more mobility in the protection? These worked out well for me. There are downsides, but relative to what the alternatives are, busting your hands up or not being able to manipulate objects in your environment when things are very fast-paced, I think that this is a pretty good balancing act between protection, cost, and mobility. Unlike these Hatch Friskmasters that have a full liner on the inside, so that if you should have glass come down on you, it won't cut through them. So the protection on these is kind of limited. In fact, I cut through one pair of these gloves, breaking and raking a window, and the glass came down, and stupid me, my hand was under where I was breaking because of the angle and the fact that I'm kind of short, and actually cut through the glove. I got lucky, this stopped it, but had it been a larger piece of glass, it would have cut through my hand. Well, if you like that video, go ahead and subscribe, because there's a whole lot more to come. As soon as I Finish up these calls. Go 10-8. County 291.
291.